Welcome to Garage Gym Athlete Ask Me Anything. It's pretty simple. I'll be answering questions from the thousands of athletes that follow our daily programming. If you have a question or topic you want submitted, go to garagegymathlete.com/AMA. Let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete Podcast. Jared Moon here with Joe Courtney. What's up, Joe?
Hello there, Jared.
Now we have a question today. It's from Mikey, and it's also from Christopher and a lot of other people. Let's just say in the community, emails we get, and the basis of the question: what is the best way to get back into your training program after being sick for, say, a week? I imagine this is quite different than just missing a week because you made that decision. All right, so you get sick. How do you come back to the training? What happens? How should you work back into things? And I'm going to go ahead and assume if you're sick for a week, a week's pretty serious. Something taking me out for 7 days is like, what is that, COVID-19? I don't know. I don't know how long. I haven't had that yet. I look forward to it. Anyway, what do you think?
I like to ease back into things. If it's a week, like you said, that's got to laid me up pretty serious. Usually the max I've been out is like 3 days. And sometimes I just try and get a little bit in. But if it's like you actually miss a week, just chalking it up, then I like to ease back into things because my body's probably feeling weak. I probably didn't eat very much this past week, so I might be a little undernourished. And I think you just need to start getting some any sort of heart rate up. Whether it's a 30-minute zone 2 jog, bike ride, just anything to make you feel a little bit better. And always that first training session, because you've taken a week off, is going to feel sucky. And you're probably going to dread it a little bit. Like you're going to want to get back into it, but it's still going to be like, yeah, this is going to suck. But at least a moderate to light exercise, like 30 minutes of any kind of zone 2, light cows, something like that, will at least get your foot back in the door. And then the next day you might be like, okay, yeah, I feel a little better. It might also encourage you to eat a little bit more that first day. And then you can kind of pick it up from there. And if you're doing some more of our strength stuff, you might need to like lower the weight by like 5-10%, depending on where you're at. Just because you might, just so you don't hurt yourself. And so you can ease back into it. It's not a huge deal lowering that for 1 or 2 days. And yeah.
Yeah, I would say how I approach this is normally different depending on the sickness, because if it's just like a minor cold, I almost don't change anything. Like I will still exercise. I might like lower my intensity. I could go down to a walk. I might not be on the programming anymore. But if something knocks me out, let's say respiratory, to where it's harder for me to breathe or whatever, which would be something I think that could take you out for a week. And I'm not talking about COVID-19. I was just joking around about that. But, I've had like respiratory illnesses before. And I normally notice like the day before, if I'm like training, that I just feel a little off, like lung capacity wise. And I'm like, like something might be coming here. And then it's kind of the same in reverse. So, it's going to be getting back into that breathing. You don't want to like force that, especially if you actually did have anything happening with your respiratory system. So I would give it, a 48 hour to 72 work back in, maybe do like a 30-minute steady state at low intensity for aerobic to just kind of, get some breathing in and out of the lungs at a higher respiratory rate than just sitting around. And then maybe try some strength training the next day. Make sure you're not spiking any fevers or anything's coming back, because exercise is a stressor on the body. So if you have a legitimate illness, you don't want any sort of like high intensity, I'm going to go crazy as soon as I can, stress the body, relapse, lower the immune system, because all these things, that's what exercise actually does. And so you need to be mindful of those things. So coming back into it really easy. But I think over the course of, let's say, 72 hours, you did 30-minute strength training session, 30-minute aerobic session, and then the next day, maybe some sort of combination of the two, and you're feeling fine, getting better, then that's good. I would say in preparation nutritionally, just making sure that if it was also an illness to where, I don't know, things are coming out the back end or the front end, make sure that you get rehydrated really well, not just with water. Make sure there are plenty of electrolytes and food. Your glycogen stores could be a little bit decreased because your body was relying more on fat during this time period if you weren't eating a lot. So get the food back in your system, get the water, electrolytes back in your system, ease into it over the course of those 3 days, make sure you're good to go, and then hit it after that.
Yeah, I think mentally and the routine aspect are probably two of the more important things. Missing 1 week isn't a big deal in the grand scheme of things. It's just 1 week. You can bounce back from that. So don't over scrutinize yourself, overthink it of like, oh my God, I'm just going to lose all kinds of, my flow, my progress. Really just getting back to the routine. Because if you're used to the routine and it breaks your routine, sometimes it's hard to get back into the routine. So the most important thing is just start doing at least some of the program, whether it's half days or whatever, just to get back into that the routine again, and not worry about having the hardest workouts or doing every single thing every single day.
I agree. All right. Thank you for the question. Really, everyone who's asked it. I'm glad we could kind of finally document this. But if you guys want to ask a question, go to garagegymathlete.com/AMA and we'll get you a response. And subscribe. If you're on YouTube watching this, subscribe to the channel. Give us a comment, thumbs up. And if you are on your podcast player, just wherever you can, 5-star review, positive comment. We would love that. It would really help the show out. But that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoyed today's Ask Me Anything episode. So one more time, if you want to submit a question, topic, or idea, you can do so at garagegymathlete.com/AMA. And hey, while you're there, if you haven't already, sign up for Garage Gym Athlete membership. We are the best community and programming on the internet. I dare you to try and prove me wrong.